Hey YouTube, are we live? We might be. We might be live, YouTube. Let's see. Oh yeah, it looks like we're going. We're going there on YouTube. Alright, I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch now. I'm gonna head over to Twitch land. And how do I mute this site? Okay. Let's see. Channel. Okay. It looks like we're live on Twitch too. Hey. Hey world. Everyone out there. I'm just gonna finish setting up my chats so I can see if anyone drops something in the chat. But yeah, today I'm going to be working on deskbuddy. So let's see if we can get all this set up. Okay. Yeah, let me see if my sound is as good as it could be. Pop out chat. Let's put chat somewhere fun, like on 3. 3 is a good spot for chat. We put this on 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we have these chats. And maybe it's not worth having those there. Yeah, maybe what we'll do is we'll just move this back here. And we'll move this here. And okay, yeah, so it looks like we're streaming on YouTube and Twitch. And it looks like our rates are doing okay. And alright, yeah, I guess I'm all set up. So I'm gonna get started here in a minute. I've got deskbuddy. Just gonna check some stuff on my phone to make sure things are going good in my whole ecosystem. But yeah, deskbuddy, I haven't worked on him at all since I've been with you guys last, and that's kind of my fault. I don't want to use black PLA. I want to use beautiful, colorful PLA. I'll show you guys that in a second, because it's just kind of tough to see the contrast between the different parts when it's just black PLA. I'll show you guys that in a second. Okay, that's me on my phone. Oh geez. Okay, cool. It's going good. I don't want to be just like chugging water on stream. I have Overture, PLA. Let me move this. So 5. Workspace 6, yeah, let's move this to 8. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. No, whatever. Gonna close some of these things out of here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I've got my desk buddy. I'm gonna be working on making my robot. And yeah, maybe I'll get started. I guess one of the things I wanted to do was make a servo tester, because servo testers are really useful. And I think I might have a servo tester over here somewhere in my stuff. No, don't see it there. It might have gotten mixed up with my brother's stuff. I might not have my servo tester here. You know, I might have to make a quick little servo tester on stream. This will be fun. Let me see. Yeah, let me see if I have the supplies lying around to do this. Here we go. To make a servo tester, got this little breadboard. And I need a joystick. I've got a freshie. I'll open that guy up. Let me see. I've got all sorts of jumper cables. I need a microcontroller. Look at this. This is an Arduino Nano. This will do great. That's pretty much all I need. Yeah, let me see. Okay. And oh wow, YouTube is really far behind on the stream, I think. Let me refresh this. Oh my gosh, is YouTube not working so good? Okay, I think YouTube's doing a little better now. Let me refresh Twitch. Yeah, I think my feeds were just stale or something. Okay, so I've got this. Check this out, brand new, out of the plastic. Little joystick, little Arduino hobby joystick. Click, 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 click. That will just get shoved in here somewhere. These breadboards are so junky. It's like little demo breadboards. I have to like prime the pins before I shove anything in them. I should have a nicer breadboard than this. This is a piece of junk. Got stuff like this from old projects. Should work perfectly fine. I have a top down view camera too. Oh yeah, look, it's kind of in the shot. Where is that? This way, it's right here. What is this? What is this cord right here? Oh, this is my arm. This is the arm for my camera. I can move that up like that. Out of the way. And what's this? This is my monitor. Right here. Oh, that's my arm. It's not so beautiful. That's a little better. It's out of the way. Okay. It's a bit better looking, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna make a servo tester. So the intention is to just be able to control a servo via this joystick, so I don't have to use the microcontroller on deskbuddy right here. and I can test things out as I go. Because it would be a shame to find myself having installed one of the servos incorrectly as I'm going up, or going through the whole process of setting deskbuddy up. Okay, cool. That's there. Let me crack this Coke Zero. So I need to be able to plug this whole guy in. Boom, you can see that Arduino Nano nests in right there. I need the correct cord for it. It's one of those older USB cords. I'm sure I have one laying around somewhere, but who knows really. Let's see if I can find it. No, that's not it. I have some USB cords back here. This is USB-C. Here we go. Oh my gosh. What a mess. I mean, I guess it's organized enough that I can procure one of these cords. This is so long. This is like a 9-foot cord. Yeah, this is the type of cord used for the Arduino Nano. I don't remember what it's called. But let's see if this bad boy powers up. It is nice that it's super long. I can just plug it directly into this power strip way over here, so I don't have to fry my computer. Oh gosh. Look at that. This thing is... Yeah, do you see that? Oh my gosh. It got thrashed or something. I'm just gonna bend this back out. Golly. Yeah, there we go. I don't want to hurt it. These are not the right needle nose pliers. Where are my needle nose pliers? Where have they gone? I'm probably better off just shoving a flathead screwdriver in here. There we go. That's way better. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna plug this in. Okay, we're getting power. And now, yeah, I could just leave that here, I guess, honestly. Need to open up Arduino. Yeah, let's see. Let's close this one. You know what I'll even do? I guess I'll share what I've got going on with you guys. So this is the Arduino IDE. Just gonna move this guy over to 1. This is here. Make that a little bigger. This is a different project. I'm gonna open a new project. Okay, that's annoying. File, new sketch. There we go. Close this guy. That's not the right thing. File, new sketch. Wow. Arch Linux is not doing good. Let's just move this somewhere because it's not having a good time. And let's just vibe code this. The power. Let's move these far away so I don't have to see them. I have an Arduino Nano, and to make a servo tester, I have a Arduino starter kit joystick. Yeah, let's just need to test 180 servo, like 180 degree 9-gram servos. Can you provide an entire Eno file to do this? And then I have, let me just check my installed libraries. I have a number of different ESP32 servo. I use ESP32 servo on Arduino IDE. Let's see what this thing cooks up. I'm sure it'll be quite simple. The pin joystick value. Yeah, this should be exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, including servo. Oh, you know what? This is not it. It would have to in comments on, can you add all the pinout? Let's just read the pinout on the joystick. You know, the joystick has ground 5 volts, VRX, VRY, SW, and the pinout on the Arduino Nano 2. Not using an ESP32. Okay, cool, yeah, it gives me a stupid simple thing. We got one viewer, it might be me on my phone. Which is probably for the best if it is me on my phone. That would be ideal. So just blindly copy all of this and going to just copy pasta in here. You know, yeah, let me, oh, that's fantastic. I don't have an extra USB spot on my desktop. That's gonna be fun. Let me see if I can sneak around. Oh, please don't fall. All right, we're doing just fine. Jeez. Yeah, I have so many things plugged in. I think I'm just gonna have to unplug whatever this is. This is my top view cam. upload this. Verified tools. Port. That's probably the correct port. So the board, Arduino boards, Arduino Nano. Let's try that again. Okay, that looked like it worked. I'm gonna try and upload it. Busy, failed to upload. So that's probably not the correct device. Try this one. Upload. It's uploading. And it's uploading. It's not responding. Okay, I have aborted it. Let me just see. So if I go to tools, SO and USB-O, and I unplug it. Tools. Okay, so yeah, it was the USB one. Interesting. Tools. Yeah, this device. And I'll just try and upload again. Let me just copy it. It's not, you know, it should not be busy. And I'm gonna reset. There's, you know, like pressing and holding down the reset button and that sort of stuff. Just see what it says. We could try this stuff out too. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me try. I press the reset button. I can upload. Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, this is the Arduino. Yeah, just kill it. Okay, so whatever that was, it's not doing that anymore. And I'll try and upload it. Okay, well, I don't know. Huh, not responding. Jeez. I know that in the past, I needed to install additional stuff to get the servo tester work, or like to get the Nano board. But I have it on my list of boards. Let me try the old bootloader. It might just be something that simple. I imagine this doesn't take that long to upload, so this is gonna fail again. Let's see if anyone's out there just watching me mess around with the Arduino IDE to make my servo tester for deskbuddy. Let's see if this works. Why? Uploading. Done uploading. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it did it. Okay, cool. So let's view the pinout. and get this thing wired up. Maybe I'll switch views. Okay, so here we are back in real life. I'm gonna move my half-finished deskbuddy out of the way. Here's my little servo guy. I'm gonna change the screen here. Okay, so let me grab some jumper cables. Let's see, where is my jumper cables? Yeah, so we have all the way over here. Check this out. This is where I keep my jumper cables. Just gonna put them over here for now. I should have enough colors to line it up. The servo colors are like this yellow, orangish color, or like yellow, red, brown. And so I find myself using all of my yellow, red, brown jumpers. But I should have some number of them left. Here we go. You know, it's fun to use red for power, that kind of stuff. And you know, if I'm even fancy, I should have the low profile breadboard jumpers around here somewhere too. But I'm kind of disorganized. I don't know where half my things are right now. I had just taken a lot of the stuff out of here a while back. Yeah, we'll just use the, you know, it's nice to build a little servo tester and have it in a good state so that it doesn't have a jumper cable just slip off of it super easily. But I can't find my nice low profile jumpers like these guys. I just have a few of them laying around. But you know, we'll try our best. So I'll make a ground bar. And yeah, I can use one of these guys. So I have this ground right here. And I'll put it on any one of these grounds. There's my ground. And 5 volts. The 5-volt pin is here. Use this red guy. Five volts there. So the VRX, I guess I'll just plan to do something like this. So VRX will go to pin 0. Jeez, I really don't have my things that organized. Where is A0? It's there. And that is VRX. I guess I'll flip it around this way. So I don't get my fingers in the way of it. 1, 2, 3. And then VRY is A1. I'll use a different color. I'll use this red. Y. It's A1. And SW is D2. I probably don't need to even use that. D2. Then we'll do give it some power, then we'll give it some ground. Power and ground. The servo tester is coming out to be a beautiful thing right here. Okay, cool. And yeah, now our servo wiring. So we'll do D9. And yeah, this is where, you know, the servo looks like this. So using like the male to male, I've got this yellow one right here. I'm going to see if I can find brown and red. I know I have a bunch of reds. And I might not have brown. So what I'll do is I'll just use something like black. Because black is kind of like brown. Not that. Let's see. Okay, no, yeah, would you look at that? I have one of these brown, red, orange. Guys, brown, red, and then orange is on D9. Okay, perfect, so I got these guys. Sometimes I even like to put a little piece of tape on them so that they don't run around and flail all over the place. Let's tape this guy up. Red is in the middle. There we go. See? Boom. Now it's nice and tight and it's going to stay together. Gonna make sure I plug this in correctly. Let's see. Stream if you want to look at it. See, look. I'm doing it. Let's hope I don't short anything. Oh, these... Okay. Nothing feels hot. That's usually a good sign. Oh, hear that? It works. And so I'll unplug this from my desktop because I don't need to cook my desktop powering servos, especially if they're heavier ones. These USB ports in your desktop are not designed for all that. But the USB port on my power strip can put in the work. So this will be really fun. So we're going to see this robot move around a little bit. I can unplug this from here. This is the bicep. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Okay, so, you know, that means that the servo at 90 degrees is effectively like like right here on the edge of the base. And this is at the extreme like 0 degrees. So I'm going to unplug this so it doesn't cram into the base. This is something that we correct within the firmware. And I'm going to take this off and I'm going to spin it. So that it's not like this. I have to take the horn off. Oh yeah, I never screwed it in because I didn't want to go completely, completely building this thing together without testing the servo positions and where they ought to be. But yeah, look, my little servo tester. I should have found this before I started assembling deskbuddy. And now I'm gonna drink a soda. Gonna place the bicep over there real quick. And I should have an extra horn laying right here out in the open. Here we go. This will be a strong visual indicator of it spinning. If you could see that, all this black on black, it's crazy bananas. You know what we could try and do? We can try and see if we have the top view. Oh yeah, there we go. So now you can hardly see that. Yeah, that one's also hard to see. Okay, well, you guys might not really be able to see this all that good. Okay, so I'm just gonna get at it because this robot's got to get complete so I can move on to the next thing. Okay. Okay, so that's 90 degrees right there. .90 degrees should be roughly here. I don't think that's it. That's not too bad. So let me just see, that's much better. It's not smack. Oh, I didn't want to go down all the way. But yeah, see, it's not like smashing into itself instantly. And like I said, in the firmware, we have to put things in place so that it calibrates to not smash into itself. But kind of sad that I even did that a couple times like that. It's really, really not good for the gears in the servo. but it's all cheap parts, and I'll do better next time. And now I'll screw this guy back on. Let me see if I can find the screw for screwing it into the servo here. I have my little handy dandy, all of the screws I have. It just takes an M3. That's fantastic. And now put one on this side. Let me see if I can find my lock washers. Move some of these guys out of the way. There we go, I can spill these all over the place. And I'll flip this around and screw it in for your viewing pleasure. So I've got the bicep servo in a good spot. So I'm just going to screw this in. This M3 screw is too big. I do not need to use this one. Need like an 8 or 10 millimeter screw. This one is much better. But yeah, getting this servo tester set up, super critical for assembling the robot. Okay, that's great. That flange is looking real good there. Let's just test it out again because it was so much fun to operate. Oh wow, look at that! I plugged it in the wrong one. But that's kind of a happy accident because it's very fun to operate the spinning base. I'm just going to do it. It's the whole point of streaming, is just kind of have fun. Isn't that fantastic? It works so well. Okay. Oh wow, I'm really happy I plugged it in the wrong one there. But yeah, I want to test the bicep. You see I've got this little tape and them labeled, but that didn't stop me from picking the wrong one. Oh, look at that stream. I picked the wrong one again. It's almost like he's doing it on purpose. Wow, that one's in a terrible position. Okay, for real, I actually want to test the bicep now. Nice, okay, that is very good and strong. Okay, so yeah, let me go back to testing this other one. So this is actually a 270 degree servo. And it was not doing too good. Yeah, it's such a shame that I printed. Next stream, I'm going to reprint. Yeah, let me give you guys a sneak peek of what's going on here, because yeah, this is all black PLA. The horns, they're all black. I'm in my basement. It's not that bright, and you just can't see what's going on. It's so awful. But here, let me get this out. Boom. Look at that. Bright orange. I think you guys are going to see the distinction real clear next time we do this. And I've got a bright blue color coming in. So orange and blue, you know, classically kind of look good together with their contrasts. So that'll be something to see for next time. But I do want to finish assembling this robot and use this robot for like personal testing. Oh, I see. It's like, it's as if this is getting stuck, preventing it from moving anymore. Let me pull this through. Oh, let's see what that looks like. Huh. That's a little better. And then, yeah, now let's do the servo. This one is a completely different animal. Let me pull it up and freak out. I'll show you guys. And by show you guys, I mean show me, because I don't know how this works. So let me just get all of these. Okay, cool. So this is deskbuddy and FreeCAD here. You can see right here, this part, the twist shaft is what I'm going to have to put on next. And it should even have some other kind of visual indicator. So yeah, let me switch back. So you can see, maybe the camera's not quite in focus. Let me try and move this a little. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that there's no contrast between these parts, but there's the twist shaft. I just clicked it on. But I probably shouldn't have clicked it on just yet, because we want to find where 90 degrees is. Okay, here, let me switch back to FreeCAD to show y'all. So you can see here, where is the twist? Palm, it might be. Yeah, this is the palm. You see right here, this is where the palm gets secured to the twist shaft, and over there. So I do not have it quite the way I need to. Even switch potentially this view. I don't want to force anything while there's power to it. So I need I'm going to line this all up correctly. I need at 90 degrees. Let me just plug this in to be super sure. Okay, so we're at 90 degrees. I'm going to leave it plugged in. Oh, I have 2 twist shafts. Oh no, and they're different. Look at this. This one has an opening here, and this one's closed off. Let me double check which one's the new one. I forget. It's easy to forget these things. Ditch the palm, palm your elbow, wrist your finger, wrist. Okay, yeah, so the new one is the one with the opening. So that was a good catch. And I'm just going to shove that in there and see how that does. Just hit it with a file. Might be some inconsistencies stopping it from going in so well. This one I would be afraid to hit with heat because it's such a small thing to make your own custom horn. Needs a lot of friction. Definitely relying on a lot of friction here for this to work well. That's doing a little better. I can feel it. Just gonna give it ever so slightly. You can see some number of these grooves that just aren't as groovy as the other ones. Let me see. And yeah, I can still rip off too much material using this file, so I have to be careful. Super careful. All right. No, I can see. You guys definitely cannot see this on stream, but I promise you that you can see the circle and its inconsistencies in some of these spots. Okay, that may have done it. So I'm gonna line this up, give her a good shove. Oh, it's not quite it. You can kind of see. I'm pushing real hard, guys, I promise. That didn't do it. Okay, well, I'm gonna just use a servo that's loose to try and help me out here, so I don't have to hurt my finger too bad. Boom, look at that. It's that simple. You just need to be very strong, which I am not. Okay. We're gonna give this another go. Here, let me... Something that I forgot for last stream, which I'll remember for this stream, are these cut-proof gloves. I'm not cutting anything right now, but you can kind of see, like, on my palms here, different parts of my fingers. It's kind of wearing out my hands, messing with all this sharp plastic. Okay. Yes, these gloves are totally the right size for me. That's not so bad. That could have been better. Let me see if I can... Yeah, actually, I probably should take that off. It's not quite where it needs to be, chat. You can see daylight through there, but it's it's like one gear. It's one gear in the wrong position. I don't have my needle nose pliers. I brought them upstairs for something. I have these weird flat-headed guys. I want to be careful. Probably should have used these from the start. That was great. Tools are fantastic, guys. I mean, fellow humans may have picked up on this, thousands of years ago, but you learn something new every day. Tools are great for doing stuff. Okay, so that's on. I'm going to keep one of these gloves on. Help as a reminder that I should not be jacking up my hands. So we've got that guy on. Next thing to do is to get the palm on. I can show you guys the palm. I just printed it out the other day. Ooh, you see here. Here, let me switch back to my less aggressive cam. I still have all the supports on here. So I'm gonna rip this off now. That's a fun sound. You guys like these sounds? I like these sounds. I do wish I had my normal needle nose pliers. These kind of suck at grabbing things. I don't want to abandon all one viewers I have, who might even just be me from a different device. Oh man, Twitch says that there's one follower. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means I gained a follower during this session, which would be nuts. There we go. Yeah, so just to catch y'all up to speed, I am assembling this robot arm desk buddy, and I'm on the step where I'm putting the palm attached to the wrist. The palm is a twisting mechanism that connects the wrist to the fingers, and I just turned all supports on for this. Just digging through these little tree supports. It's way harder. I will definitely not print this with supports again. Just because, actually, you know what? Because the palm is what holds the rack for the fingers here. You can see the little teeth on the finger. This actually goes inside of the palm. I can look, yeah, actually I will look at this on FreeCAD, because I may have really hurt myself just now printing these out with supports. I need these channels to be like wide open and clear for the palm, or for the fingers. You can see this is No, it's like a pretty complex thing. The rack for the fingers here goes to this gear, and there are these like jackets or like channels that the finger racks drive through. And yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm pulling out PLA supports from those channels. It just seemed so correct to print supports for this. It might turn out fine, but you can see that this is the whole base right here. It's just completely filled with supports. And I don't have my needle nose pliers that are like the normal get skinnier as they go needle nose pliers. You know, this is very annoying. But I'm getting at it. I think we'll be able to rock it with what we have. Just chewing away at it. Let me get this thing out here. Yeah, I definitely see the errors of my ways, and at least if I'm going to print this with supports, I would rotate it 90 degrees next time. I would not print it the way I did. Oh my gosh, here I'm gonna. So this is what I'm working with. So it should really just all be open here. Gotta rip this out. I hope you guys are getting these good sounds. Lots of good little crunchy sounds, or little gnawing at plastic kinds of sounds. This is a crazy thing to be doing with your time. So probably only going to stream for 2 hours. So I'll be on for another 30 minutes. What a way to spend my time. Sharing with you guys this experience. If this, if I weren't on a mission to build this desk buddy on camera right now, I would just print out a new one of these and play some Slay to the Spire or Pokemon. But if I had to pick something to do to get this done as soon as possible, it would definitely just be, picking at this for another 5 minutes. But oh geez, what a mistake. Anyone out there? If you're out there watching, type something in chat. I'm down to talk about whatever. Actually, probably not down to talk about whatever. Okay. Geez, I actually made some progress there. Look at that. You can tell that it's a lot more cleared out. That's a good view of it. Cleaning up some stringing. Okay, it's a little better. I need to be extra careful about this part because yeah, this is where the rack goes in. Oh yeah, see, look, it's not really sliding in there perfectly. Oh no, this is such a shame. There's so much friction. Yeah, you know what, stream? I might just have to print this again. There's so much friction. I shouldn't have printed it this way. I'm probably gonna have to just print this guy again. But you can see here, this is where the palm goes on, and it twists like that. But these fingers, like, look at all this. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this up. Look at all this trash that I had to pick through there, and it's all over the place. Yeah, these fingers, they go on like this. Here's my other finger. Goes on like that. That one slides in a little better, but I don't think I'm gonna spend all my time just picking away at it. And that's this is really close to deskbuddy's final form. It takes one more servo to power the fingers for closing in, and that servo will just go, it'll go in here like this. Well, bam. This thing's gonna pop out. Boom, just like that. Then I'll screw that guy in. And I'll probably do all this before I go to actually mount the gripper, like the palm and fingers here, this full assembly, to the wrist. And I'll even do like little things with my little servo tester right here. And then I'll mount that guy back on like this later. But just for fun, I'll put it on here like this for now. But yeah, there he is. Look at that. That's deskbuddy. But what I'll do is, I should be a bit less busy these next couple days. I'm going to finish assembling this guy, and I'll use this one for all sorts of my own testing. Or, potentially, because I do have to reprint some of these parts, I could just completely abandon this whole rig and, you know, grab the servos off of it and all the hardware and everything, and just go with my super flashy and shiny orange PLA and print it out correctly, so I don't have to scratch and scrape at every little thing to get it on and working. But yeah, so this is deskbuddy, and he's really come along, and this project's come a long way. But because I got halted at my Palm, the print quality of my Palm is just too poor to use it, and I could keep scratching away at it and trying to make these channels for the fingers to have less friction, but it's just an irresponsible thing to do with my time, and so I'm just not going to do it. But what that means is I need to rip another print. And I guess that's something I could do with you guys right here, right now. I'll just print it out. You can see here we never even got to it. I have the fingertips. Fingertips are a very important component. They go on the ends of the fingers. Just take these off the board right here. And what I'll do is, just to be sure that, you know, I have the print orientation correctly, I'm just going to rip a print with the black PLA. I'll get that started with you guys, and then, you know, we'll call the stream there because I'm blocked until I get the Palm. I guess I could put like the fingertips on the fingers. I could start messing with some of the hardware, but I only wanted to stream till 10 p.m. anyway. It's just kind of getting later. So here we are. This is where we've found ourselves. Let me just share my screen, show you guys what I got going on. Cool, so check it out, this FreeCAD. This is deskbuddy, a little sideways. He's a little mostly hidden. I'll unhide him so you guys can see him in all of his glory. This is deskbuddy, hobby robot project. I printed the Palm all goofy, so I'm just going to export this joint. It already exists. I'll open up Bamboo Studio, which on Omarchi takes a minute. And of course, the entire screen's black. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of bricked right here for a minute. It's still loading. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's import this Palm. And so what I had done before was I had printed the orientation with this part on the bottom, which, you know, kind of seems like the correct thing to do, but there's a lot of like channels and kind of like complexity going on there. And what would have actually been better is this side right here, I think, is the way to go. If I just, oh, well, not like that. Bamboo. Rotate. Not like that either. Like this. Yeah, if I print it like this, I guess, is this? No, where's the auto face? The auto plant. Yeah, auto plant. Okay, cool. So yeah, I've auto planted that because there really isn't any interface with you know, these sides and the fingers or the twists or like any really part of it. So this would be perfectly fine. And yeah, definitely, you know, obviously gonna have to put supports there. So I will add supports to this guy. Let's change the threshold to 1. Build plate only. Support critical regions only. And yeah, it kind of goes, still kind of goes a bit aggressive with all these supports. I'm probably going to have to double check something. Why is it? It's so, yeah, I do like, the tree is very effective, like material wise and so on, but it's so, I mean, it's a pretty aggressive cliff, right? It's or like overhang. It's just a box hanging off the side. So I get that it wants to add a lot of supports for it. But it seems kind of aggressive. But you know, I'm not a slicer, and I don't know, and I don't know why. Oh, here we go. The thresh. Maybe I'll change this to 55 again. Prepare. 55 slice. So it's not doing the support in this giant hole like it was last time, and it really shouldn't have to do support for something like that. But yeah, this would probably be fine. So maybe I'll even try and, so I have the rotate. Which one's being funky? Not that. Yeah, this should just be 90. It just looks weird. I don't know why it looks so weird. I don't think that there's any consequence for it being on that little angle like that, so I really don't give a care. I'm going to print this thing, and I'm going to send it. You guys might hear some wheat moos. Let's see who's out there, if anyone's out there. Well, yeah, you know what? So I've got the print job starting. There you go. You can hear it kicking off now probably. And I have my servo tester, which was a really good thing to get accomplished. And, you know, I think I've done enough for tonight. I'll get the palm printed out. I'll get this whole guy assembled. If it doesn't work, I'll scrap the whole plan, and I'll have my beautiful orange and blue deskbuddy. You guys at home will be able to see the contrast of all these gears and different parts where deskbuddy connects himself here. I didn't realize I didn't have that. I'm still sharing my screen. This is the, you know, the PLA I'm talking about. And yeah, I'm gonna start streaming at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna do these streams where I don't tell anyone about it and no one watches them for a bit longer. And as I get my setup more comfortable and get better at streaming, I might try and make a little noise about it on the internet and try and get some more followers. But for now, you know, whoever, I'll probably delete this from YouTube too, but yeah, whoever is watching this right now, thanks for hanging in there, and have a great night. I'll see you out there.